You told me that this would not have gotten out of hand, and I did. You told me that he was secured, and I did. But now this... If it's brought to the attention of Mind's Eye, nothing's ever good. I don't think you understand how serious the situation is, Mr. Gilman. When Mind's Eye appointed you to be the warden of this prison, he did it with trust and good faith that you would do a good job. But now, by allowing John Ark to infiltrate one of our transports, to allow this prisoner to escape, you've ultimately caused the end or the downfall of the Chaos Collective with your actions alone. Are you not hearing me, Mr. Gilman? This prisoner is beyond anything we've ever encountered before, and you let him escape. One prisoner escaped our clutches. And you make him sound like he's so dangerous. You really scared over one human, Lumic? I'm afraid he is just more than human. This is John Wick. In his universe, he was called the Baba Yaga, otherwise known as the Boogieman, famed for never leaving anyone alive. And now, thanks to John Ark's interference, he's not only interrupted our experiments on him, but now he is free to take vengeance on all of us, including the Chaos Collective. Yeah. You do stress out too much, Lumic. But I don't think this is any cause for concern. Do you want to know why it isn't any cause for concern? It seems like your overconfidence has become a little bit more alarming. Would you mind telling us, Gilman? What makes you think that this human means nothing to you? No. He really means nothing to me. I mean, look at him. No superpowers, no cosmic energy, and you're telling me that he could ruin everything? This tiny ant ruining everything? No way. No way! But if he tries to get anywhere near us again, then we'll just have to double our offences, double our guards, and make sure that our project is still running smoothly. After all, it's nearing completion now. Before the events of the incursions caused by the Entity Shard, Jean Arc had attacked the Chaos Collective transport. He was only able to free so many prisoners, but there was one prisoner that even Mind's Eye feared the most, the Baba Yaga. Jean left moments after John Wick's freedom, but John was more than up to the task to freeing everyone and take out any Chaos Troopers that were inside each transport. No one knows if John survived the explosion. No one knows where he is. But John would soon find an ally that would change his destiny, and in turn, change the destinies of all those who hold on to hope. Christopher Smith awoke inside of an uncharted cave, where he was woken to a shootout between himself and his new friend, John Wick. They fought, and then they made peace. John Wick had come from a universe where he and his family were being hunted by the ones he once worked with. He then got taken by the Collective, and he was searching for a way home. Wanting the same thing, Peacemaker teamed up with John Wick and made their way to find all the other prisoners that the Chaos Collective have taken, and where they are taking them to. And that would mean that they would also have to make an unexpected visit to a transport station nearby. The two infiltrate the ship, and the mission begins. They searched everywhere on the ship, and halted its movements after taking out the guards. Afterwards, they find out what was going to happen to the prisoners in this world. The world they were on, or the world we were on,
was Telos, and the Chaos Collective were going to turn the prisoners into Cybermen. To Cybus Industries Cybermen. Peacemaker noticed that there were children on board the transport and asked John for help to get them out of their cells. But John ran off and was already gone. After calming down the kids inside, saying that he'll be back for them, Peacemaker runs off to John and shouts for him to come back. But suddenly, Peacemaker was caught in an explosion. The transport was destroyed by the Telos Warden. And that is where we enter John Gilman, the Homelander. This Homelander held nothing back, and with his power, the universe he came from, all feared him as a wrathful god. Mind's Eye believed that if he were to tame Homelander, it could give him a warden that could keep the prisoners in line, but instead, it unleashed a beast that took no prisoners to those who ran off. Peacemaker almost died facing him, but with the luck of a flashbang, Peacemaker was saved by a variant of the Bad Batch, otherwise known as Clone Force 99. Myself, along with Tech, Wrecker, Crosshair, Echo and Fives, managed to escape, and brought John and Christopher to the leader of an underground resistance movement. And to everyone's surprise, it was Thor, the god of thunder. The Thor who most thought were lost during the Godslayer incident. In spite of a good ally before us, who would be more than efficient enough to defeat the Chaos Collective, Thor refuses to help. He saw into the Godslayer's mind, all the chaos that he caused, all the deaths. It made Thor regret, and he all but lost his will to fight. Not even Mjolnir answers his calls after being free from the Necrosword. Peacemaker pleads before Thor's council that if they don't raid the prison of Telos, the prisoners and all the children inside will be turned into metal monsters. But with Homelander as the warden, no one would fight alongside him. Despite being turned down, Peacemaker invites John Wick to come with him. John also refuses, and the two argue. Peacemaker asks John why he left those kids to burn, why he left Homelander to murder those who were separated from their parents. John revealed that he was the one tasked to kill his family. He had to take a shot. He refused, so the high table burned them to the ground, till all he could do was mourn and watch them all burn, all because of the consequences that came with a great truth. Christopher opened up that he failed to protecting the innocent as well, which ended up with his friend killed. But with the help of others that were alongside him, such as, from what I understand it, a ginger pacifist and a grape-coloured furry. His name's not mine. With that, he got back his will to fight. And no matter what fights John and Christopher had before this encounter, Christopher always respected John, and that he has time to do what's right. Together with the Bad Batch, John Wick and Peacemaker began the raid. But what our heroes weren't aware is that the prisoner's warden was being fueled with anger and pride due to the pressure that Mind's Eye and John Lumick had been given him. If anyone leaves, Homelander would end them. Peacemaker tried to reach Thor one more time, but Thor wanted to be left alone. Before they left, Christopher and John told Thor that no matter how much they had screwed up, there was always time to do what is right, even Thor. Infiltrating the prisoner would have taken at least 1,000 years. But thanks to tech, as well as Peacemaker's information, it took less than 10 seconds.
Indeed, I was quite impressed with the way that Peacemaker knew the layout of the prison hands down.
Normally I would just pull up an analysis, but to hear all this, it's impressive. Oh, tell him the part where I blew up the prison. Go on, you know you want to. He's getting to that part, Wrecker. Just be patient. Oh, but that's the best part. I don't want to miss it. Just let him finish. Once inside, and with all of us being familiar with the layout of the prison thanks to Peacemaker, he knew exactly what we needed to do. We would first need to get up to the control room to turn off the power to the cell doors. Then we escort any children to the escape pods or back to their home universes, while the riot ensues. Now, after successfully freeing the prisoners, including our commanding officer, Commander Lenolin, our heroes would have to face the Homelander himself. And that is what Peacemaker does while he gives John enough time to get the kids out. And the fight ensues. Homelander and Peacemaker fought, but Homelander gained the upper hand. Peacemaker would have been dead, if not for one small detail. The mighty Thor, the son of Odin, lives. With a crash of thunder and lightning, regaining his will to fight, Thor joins the fight, giving Peacemaker time to helping out John Wick. He pounds Homelander with his power restored, blowing the corrupt hero away and into a cyber conversion chamber. This would prove to be a terrible mistake. The prisoners were sent home, but Peacemaker and the others were faced with their greatest challenge yet. Rising from the fiery rubble was a monster with the power of gods and a body that never ages. The Cyberlander. Thor's power struggled against the armored hero, but John and Peacemaker drew him away to give everyone else enough time to escape. If only I were there to help him out, then what happened next would have ended a lot differently. It was a good thing that Peacemaker still had 2 gold kryptonite bullets, for they were able to strip away the Cyberlander's powers, but his machinery and weapons still were intact and hit like a raging storm. But from his smashed helmet, Peacemaker found hope. Even when blasted by a full-power beam to the chest, John Wick gave Peacemaker the opening he needs. And after jabbing it into his gut, the Cyberlander's reign ended when Peacemaker called out these words: "Activate Sonic Boom."
Alright. That might have been overkill. Hey, John. We did it. You okay over there? We did it. We did it. We saved everyone. See, John, look. Everyone's giving them hell. Come on, you gotta see this. It's one hell of a fight. Can you hear me, pal? We won. Oh, it's just a little messy. It's fine. We all get in the messes. We're fine. We're totally fine. Just a little internal bleeding. You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna get you back, okay? I'm gonna get you back. And I'm sure we can get it fixed up. I'm gonna get you fine. It's as we feared. The facility's destroyed. Blumick and Gilman are no longer with us. It's dire to be sure, but I think we can all learn from this little failure. As for casualties, they were great. All the prisoners escaped, and all the staff were eradicated. And as for the guards, there was only one survivor. Although, are you sure it's time to bring about the experiments for this thing you found? Is it worthy giving it all to the hands of Dr. Ivo Robotnik? Surely you realize that this is all just theory, very theoretical, academic, is it not? Well, we're getting a little desperate as of late, Dr. Hemlock. And sometimes, desperate times call for even desperate measures. What makes you so certain, George? What makes you think this will work? You'd be no better than any member of the Chaos Collective using that kind of power. I think differently, Dr. Hemlock. And why is that? It's because I'm very special.